And welcome back to the hot stage via the hot. We are talking Rally Finland. So hello, rally fans. And Rally Finland, WRC Finland was quite exciting, particularly if you were a fan of a certain double world champion that rhymes with Palais. Yeah. Kalle Vampiro pretty much dominated the whole thing. But in terms of our driver rankings, where did he end up? I appreciate it's probably not the biggest guess in the world, but where did everyone else end up? I mean, Hyundai looked like they could be potentially battling for the lead, at least the podium. Then it all fell off a cliff for them, didn't it? It was absolutely terrible. After the highs of Estonia, finishing second, for example, in his home place, Tanak became the villain, I think, of the piece, didn't he? And let's talk about the drivers now, shall we? Let's talk about where they finished. So we are basically going from last to first. And I've got to, with principle, I've got to. I mean, some guy who nearly runs somebody over during scrutineering and gets a 5-minute penalty with a suspended 35 points is the villain of the year, as far as I'm concerned. Is anyone going to do anything worse? I love Tanak. I've constantly said he's one of the fastest rally drivers of the East, if not the fastest rally driver of this generation. But look what he did. I mean, you didn't need to do that, did you? Why? I know, I appreciate it's frustrating, but yeah, you are by a long way the naughty boy of the rally. Next up is one of my other favourites. It's Gregor Monster. Okay, he did finish in front of Formo and Tanak, but once again, he had peaks. He looked quite good at times. He was looking quite good, but yeah, we just expect more. This guy should be the leader. He should be the leader in M Sport, and it's seeming he's anything but with the, he's got the most experience, and I just don't get it. So next up, we've got an Adrian Formo, retired. We said he needed a good one. He's not. He's looking like average Formo so far this year, sadly. And in Finland, he was looking fairly fast in parts, wasn't he? But to be fair, you can't blame it all on him. You got to really look towards the Hyundai and the punctures. Now, Hyundai have come out and said they don't believe Hankook is entirely to blame for their punctures, which is not too bad, let's say. So next up, we have Sami Piari. Now, why? Okay, someone that finished 5th, why is he so far low down? Because he finished last of the Toyota boys. Bearing in mind, we've just come off Rally Estonia a couple of weeks ago, where a one-time WRC guy this year won. But it wasn't Sami Piari. It was the guy Sami Piari beat in WRC 2. Yes, Solberg. That's why he's so far down. He does kind of need to improve, really. Next up, we've got McLaren, who was top of M Sport by, I think, 1 minute 17 seconds. Not too bad at all. And remains consistent throughout. So I thought it wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad. Average, if I'm honest. Now, the only reason why I have this guy here, as in Martin Sesk, ahead of his teammate, is because he didn't make as many mistakes throughout this rally as he did the last rallies, and I thought there's a lot of pressure coming into this rally, and he beat Gregor Monster, Tanak, and Adrian Formo, who's kind of like in the middle. But at times on the stages, he was still the fastest M Sport driver, and showing both M Sport drivers up, who, let's be fair, are the full-time drivers. Now, will Martin get into, I think it's Saudi Arabia, where they're going at the end of the year? I don't know. Will he get a drive for next year? I sincerely hope so. Has he done enough to prove over the course of the last few stages that he's done enough? I don't know. And that really pains me, because he's such a cool guy. He's got charisma abounds as well, even when speaking in English. I really want him in the rallies. Maybe he will have like a split rally. He will have like a split team, and he does like the fast gravel rallies that he's good at, and someone else does the slower rallies or the tarmac rallies. I don't know, but yeah, there we go. There's Martin Sesks from Latvia, of all places. So next up, we've got Terry Neuville, who, to be fair, he finished ahead of the top Hyundai driver. Was it because he had less punctures? I don't know, but yeah, it was. He finished 2 minutes down. He struggled, but he roared through, and he didn't run over a scrutineer. So that's a bonus, and that's why Neuville's that far up. So just off the podium is this guy here. I'm getting quite boring now. You'll see why. But Elvin Evans, okay, he finished 48 seconds. He had a ding-dong battle with Seb Ogier, but I kind of expected more. Second on the road, yeah, Tanak was faster than him in parts. You gotta, I think, you know, the odd stage, he was good on some of the stages. Good enough. If it was going to be a grade, it would be C plus, maybe. Just over exceedingly average, I think. So the man that won it last year, Seb Ogier. The only reason why he won it is because of The Rock destroying Kalle Rovanperä. We're not talking about the wrestler. Then yeah, I think third place is about right for Seb Ogier. And he finished third on the road, beating Elvin Evans, really good. And now it looks like he's going full time, as we mentioned in our fallout. So it's going to get really interesting come there. So in our number 2 spot is Takamoto Katsuta. Yeah, we all love. We all love Taka. I mean, I want this guy to stay. And we said going into the rally, he's under the most pressure. Surely he's just going to do a Taka thing and end up in the wall. That's what I genuinely thought. End up in the wall, be part of the furniture, do a barrel roll. Thank goodness that wasn't the case. And he finished second on the road. Yes, albeit 39.2 seconds down. But he was fighting with the likes of OJ and Evans and other people that you'd expect, really, you know, have the potential to beat him. But no, he didn't. We need more like that. We talked about him in the fallout, but we need more drives like that from Taka. Absolutely we do. And last but no means least is this guy here, Kalle Rovanperä. He came in, I think, under a lot of pressure for his home, you know, in Finland. And I don't think anyone would have thought, most people would have been like, absolutely no way is Kalle Rovanperä winning Finland. I mean, look what happened in Estonia. He left Estonia and absolutely destroyed and a broken man, didn't he? But he left Finland completely the opposite. Now, has he unlocked the key to those Hankook tyres? I don't know. But this was a very fast rally, which we know he's very, very good at. Albeit now, this, you know, he's restarted his season. He's in the title fight now, along with OJ sort of Otanak, if he doesn't run over somebody with those minus 35 points he might get. So it's going to be really interesting, and it's going to be a fascinating end to the season. I think we've got 5 rounds left. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, I can do the maths. And I think it's going to be an absolutely epic 5 rounds with how close it is. One mistake now, from now on until the end, could absolutely change everything. So let me tell you then of the rundown. Then, to remind you of the WRC Finland, our driver ratings. In last place, Tanak shouldn't really be running over scrutineers. Munster doing Munster things. Average is the team leader, should do more. Formo is doing Formo things. He looked good until then he didn't, but his car retired. We've got to give him a bit. Piari, the slowest of the Toyotas. Can't really say more about that. McLaren, fastest of the M Sports. Could have done a, you know, don't think he could have done any better, but still, Cesks. Now, the only reason he beats McLaren is because he's up there. He was up there with him. He did really good stages, and the pressure on him was absolutely immense because he's been quite average over the last few rallies, and I think he had a solid one. Neuville, fastest of those Hyundais. Evans just missing out on the podium, and our driver in fourth place. So, yeah, just above exceedingly average. Next up, we've got OJ going full-time. Well done on that podium. Katsuta, I think, did absolutely amazing. He probably would have been best if it had not been for absolute perfection from Kalle Rovanperä, pretty much. What a rally. What a rally. I'm going to leave you. Thank you very much. We'll speak to you soon. If you want to subscribe and you're not, that would be absolutely great. Just hit that subscribe button. But until then, we will very much speak to you soon. Thank you very much.